I was not going to make this video, but I found it a very appropriate moment for putting some people in their place. For starters, the fact that the London Olympics ended without any false flag event have happened, doesn't mean that an occult agenda to make it happen didn't exist. The Illuminati had a plan for a mass human sacrifice in London during the games, and I had zero doubts in my mind about it. The very heavy satanic ritualistic apparatus during both the opening and closing ceremonies was unmistakable, as well as the many subliminal messages prior to the Olympics that pointed out to the possibility of this false flag attack. But, just because they didn't explode the entire London, it doesn't mean they didn't do anything. Much by the opposite, they actually did it. The Illuminati cabal did human sacrifices in London during the Olympics, but most people failed and see it, because they victimized only 2 people.
This is Rockholt Road, the junction where a cyclist died last night. It's just next to the Olympic Park, and local cyclists say it's dangerous.
In the 1st of August, the 28-year-old cyclist Daniel Harris was ran over by an Olympic bus outside the Olympic Park just few moments after the British Olympic cyclist Bradley Wiggins have won a gold medal. What are the odds of this creepy synchronicity have been just a coincidence?
12-year-old Tia Sharp went missing 10 days ago. She had visited her grandmother's house in New Addington in South London, the house where police have discovered a body.
In the 3rd of August, the 12-year-old student Tia Sharp went missing without any trace, and the British police and even the Scotland Yard astonishingly failed and find her dead body after several raids at her grandmother's house. Not less strange is the fact that they suddenly found the body just in time for the satanic closing ceremony of the London Olympics.
About 20 or 30 minutes ago, a squad of uniformed officers, probably around 30 or so, walked purposefully along the road that leads to the small alleyway that is the route that you take to get to the front door.
I strongly suspect that the death of this little girl was an occultist sacrifice, especially after considering that she went missing exactly during the alignment of the full moon with the Olympic rings of the London Bridge, and I'm having a very hard time seeing this synchronicity as a random coincidence.
1:15 this afternoon, we received a call to a fire in a recycling centre. At that time, at the height of this fire, we've had 40 fire engines and 200 firefighters tackling the blaze to bring it under control.
And definitely it was no coincidence either. The massive fire at the recycling centre in East London, just few blocks from the Olympic Stadium, Sunday afternoon. The fire, considered by the London Fire Brigade the biggest in years, demanded 200 firefighters for tackling the flames, which produced a smoke scene 6 miles away from the stadium. I was inclined on believing that the huge exposure of a possible false flag at some point of the London Olympics, made by people all over the world in the last weeks, forced the Illuminati cabal to pull off whatever they had planned. But this dramatic fire in East London few hours before the Olympics closing ceremony makes me believe it was their last attempt to trigger a large disaster, which apparently failed miserably. Take a good look at these events, learn with them, and don't fall for the psychobabble of skeptics and naysayers. Don't be so quick to judge that nothing happened in London during the Olympics, because the entire place was not blown up to pieces. Only silly people underestimate the evil.